Here we go. Let's talk about it. The Star Wars, the deck building game. I've just got myself hands on a copy here, and we're going to do a live unboxing. Live being, I've recorded it, and however, we are going to talk about it now. So you can see here, pretty small box, size of my hand's an average size hand, right? You see here what we expect. And the goal of this game here is that we start off with a common starter deck for Empire and Rebels. There's a rummy in the middle, or a run called the Galaxy Run, and we will attack each other's base by buying or destroying cards in the Galaxy Run, getting stronger, and seeking to destroy the bases. Now, this is a gameplay video. This is an unboxing video. We will do some gameplay videos at a later date. So you can see here, nice, neat box, standard, beautiful art. I'm a fan of the Galactic era. That's my era that I grew up with. You can see here, this nice little box has our Star Wars card game, our rule book. So we can see here a little rule book going through the rules, the starting area, the force zone, the overview. So whilst a PDF will come up in time, this will go through it here. Our starting decks, our bases, and we go from there. So you can play a number of bases to extend and prolong the game. I think Caleb's spoken about various blog articles that talk through the ability to stop runs on. So if someone gets powerful and just doesn't snowball the game, you can see here we have our supplies, we have the Galaxy Row, the Outer Rim Pilot deck, the Force Tracker, and the relevant bases, which is great. And we spoke about in previous videos, if you've kept the concept, is that cards away from you, you can see the value of them to you versus cards facing you, which are the ones you can acquire. So you start off with the same deck every time, and you play the game and deck build differently. So it's not like an LCG or a TCG where you build a deck to cater towards a scenario. This is the same ground floor each time. So you can see here, I'll take you through the cards shortly, and we'll go through them all as a video. Now this will be pretty straightforward. So you can see here in the box, my two starting decks are wrapped individually, the Rebels and the Stormtrooper. The relevant Force cards here, and our Pilots are here. And then the relevant cards, additional cards here. So we'll go through these in the packet. And then we have our relevant trackers and tokens here. I don't mind plastic chits. They work out pretty well sometimes. So let's go and check out what's in the Rebel first. I am a partial fan of the Rebels. Let us know what you think in the comments below of this game. I was hoping personally for a Star Wars LCG akin to Lord of the Rings or Marvel Champions or something like Arkham even. But this is still going to be fun for the few people I play multiplayer with. So we got Rebel Trooper. Nice art. Typical Hoth Trooper. With 2 attack. We have 2 of those. An Alliance Shuttle with 1 supply. I should get the terminology right while we do this video because it means I can talk about it a bit more. Not authoritatively, because again, I haven't played the game yet. But at least be a bit more aware of it. So let's keep up the card anatomy whilst we do this. So, all right. This is due out in Australia very soon, which is cool. You get your copy from your local friendly gamer, and we'll go through the. There we go there. So we have a 0 cost Alliance Shuttle. Same with the 0 cost Trooper. The Troopers have 2 attack. This has 1 resource and generates resources. There's 4 of, geez, 5. 6, look at this. Quantity of them. There we go there. Temple Guardian. So when you play Temple Guardian, choose. They gain 1 attack, 1 resource, 1 force. A Dantooine Outpost. This is the base that starts in play. And it has 8 hit points. Mon Cala. Industrial Strength. When you reveal Mon Cala, purchase a Rebel or Neutral card from the Galaxy Row for free and add it to your hand. Which is that's pretty nice. There could be a number of cards in the row that you could pull out from there with 10 hit points. A New Hope. Tatooine. When you reveal Tatooine, swap a card in the Galaxy Row with a Rebel card from the Galaxy discard pile and gain 1 resource. Sullust. Whilst Sullust is your base, place the first card you purchase each turn on the top of your deck. I'm guessing having I haven't read the mechanics through yet. I'm going to guess you when you buy a card, it goes to the top of your discard pile, and as such, you want the card to be in top of your deck so you can draw it. Yavin 4, Hidden Operations. When your opponent discards a card from their hand during a turn, deal 2 damage to their base. That's pretty cheeky. Sneak attacks. Hoth, Planetary Shield. While Hoth is your base, prevent the first 2 damage to each Hoth to each turn. That's pretty cool for the shield. 14 hit points there. You can see these are increasing as well. Cloud City, when you play a neutral card for the first time each turn, draw a card. The idea of friends helping each other. I like that. 14 hit points. Dagobah, Jedi Training. When you reveal Dagobah, exile up to 3 cards from your hand and discard pile. Okay. Interesting. You can gain 4 force with the Royal Influence from Alderaan. Probably gets blown up by the Death Star, but hey. And then Jeddah, Rebel Extremist. When Jeddah is your base, add the first neutral card you purchase each turn to your hand. You must exile that card at the end of your turn. 14 hit points. Cool starting deck, alright. Now these decks are the recommended starting decks for each time you play the game. Alright, so I'm going to put them back in order because I want to play these later today with a mate. Alright, now let's have a look at the Stormtrooper deck. You can see here that we are pulling down that art we've seen, I think, from memory on the Legion, Star Wars Legion officers or Trooper Upgrades box would be the one that this one is in. And I believe that would be the first Trooper Upgrades box would be the correct one there. Now I'm going to struggle with this until I get a knife. You watch. Don't you wish they had those little peel things where you could just peel and undo it? All right, that's done. So let's go through and have a look what's in our Imperial deck. Imperial starting deck. So we have Stormtrooper. We have 2 of those. 0 with 2 attack. So probably almost a symmetrical deck. Imperial Shuttle Transport. Yeah, which have 6 of those. I should show it a bit closer. We have Akin to the Inquisitor, which again is the exact same stat line as the Temple Guard. Okay, we'll go through the bases. Gives you a bit of, start the base in play. We all start at Lothal with 8 points. Imperial Shipyards. When you purchase the next Empire or neutral card from the Galaxy row, add it to your for free. Add it to your hand. Okay, and I can get the feeling that Empire is going to be about control and big things, and Rebels will be about doing damage and triggering like hit and run effects. The vibe of Empire versus Rebels, right? But you can see here this is about energy, like resource generation. When your turn begins, look at the top 2 cards. So you place one on top of the deck and discard the other, which is so the Galaxy deck. When you draw on the Galaxy deck, or look at it, you can manipulate the Galaxy, which speaks to control, and that's Coruscant for 16. Death Star, 5. When ready, spend 4 resources and destroy a capitalist ship your opponent has in play, or a capitalist ship in the Galaxy row. Now, destroying a capitalist ship in play means if an opponent has in play, you destroy a ship at, let's say it's the home one. That means I've spent the red player spent resources to get that out. Where it's in the Galaxy row, you are sabotaging it, and you will get the resources face up to you, I assume, based on the rules. Again, this is not a rules video, which is a good way of controlling. You could destroy something's in the Galaxy row across the middle, and you pull out a Death Star and you shoot upon it and destroy it. That limits your opponent's ability to react and take that for themselves. Finest Legion, Endor. Whilst Endor is your base, your trooper and vehicles gain +1 attack. Vader's Castle, when you reveal it in Mustafar, you get a 4 to the Force Tracker. That's 14 health. Catherine is a trading post, and when you play a neutral card for the first time, each turn, draw 1 card. Ord Mantell, the IG-88 and Shadows of the Empire. While Ord Mantell is your base, you can bounty hunt. Sorry, not sabotage, bounty hunt. 1 neutral unit in the Galaxy row each turn, and using its cost as its target value. If you defeat this card, gain resources equal to the cost, which gives you the ability to manipulate and attack that Galaxy row. Kessel, the Spice Mines. When you reveal Kessel, exile up to 3 cards from your hand and discard pile. It's got 12 health. Again, control. And Rhodia, Imperial Occupation of Greedo's World. When you reveal Rhodia, deal 1 damage to the enemy base for each enemy card in the Galaxy row. Then discard each of those cards from the Galaxy row. Interesting. You can see here that there's some pretty good cards here for control, which asserts galactic influence, right? Which is very, very interesting. So that's the deck there. I'll place that there. All right. So let's go through. This could be the Swamps of Dagobah, right? This mat. Although it's a Saruman the White or Gandalf the Grey, depends which one or Gandalf the White. Yes, it could be quite nice there. Now I'm going to go and cut these three packets open while we do that. So give me a sec. All right. So we'll do this here on the stream because I'm a live recording for once. So most of my videos I record audio after the fact, and this time I am not going to do it. I am going to get this out to the viewers as fast as possible, given that there's an extreme desire for this game. So we'll go through this and we'll do it live. So you'll get a bit of rustling on the stream. And you know what? I think it's a fair trade-off. What do you reckon? If it's not, let me know, but I think it'll be okay. All right. So let's go through the Outer Rim deck cards. So the Outer Rim Pilot. So this is part of the Pilot deck. Again, I'm not sure of the full rules of the game yet. I've watched a couple of videos that were on FFG. And so you can see they're 2 cost with 2 resources. And if we exile it, you gain a force, which you have to essentially help you. Our turn sequence cards. What you can do on each turn. At the start of your turn, you gain a resource from the capital ships in play. If all force is all the way to your side, you gain more resources. What you can do as many times in any order is these actions: play a card, use resources to purchase a card from Galaxy Row, use an ability, commit units to an attack, to bounty hunt or sabotage, commit units to capital ships to attack a base, resolve an attack. At the end of your turn, discard all your resources, units, and in your hand. Then draw a hand of new 5 cards, which it makes sense. It's a bit like Marvel, where you usually use up and discard your hand. This one is actually forcing you, so a little bit like Marvel Champions, that is. And then the terminology: target, cost, exile, hit points, reward. It makes sense. They're very common card game framework discussions. And here, I'm guessing, it's a fold-out card. Is the Force Tracker. That's pretty sick. Depending on what you do with your box, you may end up leaving it unflat or not. But yeah, I'd probably sit that inside my book, to be honest, personally. But there you go. That's the tracker. So if you get your force points to your side, the force is with you, and you get your extra points. All right. You know what? Which one? Z95 first or Chewbacca? Let's go Z95 because I don't mind the Headhunter. It's fun in Legion to play, Armada to play. All right, so Z95 Headhunter, 1 cost to attack. If your opponent has a capital ship in play, draw 1 card. I can see good for card draw there. Jawa Scavenger, 1 cost, 2 resources gained. Exile this unit to purchase a card from the Galaxy Row discard pile, as if it wasn't the Galaxy Row. Oh, that's cool. You got Tinny! Lets you buy from discard pile. 2 cost to attack. This unit gains 2 attack while attacking a target in the Galaxy Row. So I'm guessing it's 4 in total if you do a bounty operation, which aligns to what Greedo's doing. The question is, who shot first? All right. The Kaldor Mystic. So 2 force points for 2 cost. You can see that it's three unique cards that go through the 3 resources. It's pretty common to have these sort of in a game. They're like the Gandalfs or the generic ally that helps. Marvel would have like a Nick Fury or common that right through stats. Lord of the Rings has ones where they're like 1 cost allies and they have 1 stat in defense. Next one has 1 stat in attack, one in willpower. So you can see here, 2 cost, 2 force. Exile this unit to exile 1 card from your hand or discard pile. Lobot. So here's one of the spoiler ones I saw on one of the blogs. 3 cost. When you play Lobot, choose from it and he gains 2 attack, 2 resource, or 2 points. It's force points. Bosk. Hey, we've seen that art in the wallpapers. 3 attack for 3 cost. And when boss defeats a target in Galaxy Row, we gain a force point. A Fang Fighter. 3 cost, 3 attack. And when you purchase the Fang Fighter, add it to your hand and draw 1 card if the force is with you. Now, I need to clarify if the force is with you requires your tracker to be fully across to your way, or if it's just on your side, like no longer in the middle. That's one thing I need to find out. Again, we'll go through a rules video at a later date. So Fang Fighters, there's a couple of those. Twi'lek Smuggler. Now, the art, I'm guessing, is probably common across Imperial Assault, the other LCGs, and other card games like Armada and Legion. So 3 attack, 3 resources, beautiful. And the next card you play, you purchase on top of your deck. Or next card you purchase this turn on top of your deck. Okay, that's pretty good to know. Oh, here we go. We're into ships now. Look at that Sea Rock Cruiser. 3 cost, 1 resource. And it has, per our legend, these are the hit points. So you can see here the hit points. So 3 cost, 1 resource. 3 hit points. Discard 1 card from your hand to repair 3 damage from your base. Oh, cool. It helps you heal your base. That's a good way to interact with things in your play zone. If you've got a base low, maybe on your last base, it might buy you the time you need. Good old Dengar, 4/4 attack. And when you defeat a target in Galaxy Roan, gain 2 resources. Quarren Mercenary, 4 cost, 4 attack. Quarren Mercenary, when you purchase this unit, exile a 1 card from your hand and your discard pile, and up to 2 if the force with you. Excuse me. Alright, so we've got Quarren Mercenaries here. The Hawk. Oh, I love a Hawk. Got that with Jan Ors. It's Jan Ors in Armada that has the Hawk. So you can see there, the Hawk there. 4 cost, 4 resources, and you exile this unit to repair 4 damage from your base. I'm liking you can do things in your base. Alright. Some of the beautiful art notice from the big fleet battles, X-Wing box. 4 cost, 1 attack, 1 resource. Blockade Runner with 4 health. And these look like they're generic as well, Blockade Runners. They don't look like they're aligned to any faction. It's not like it's an Rebel card or an Empire card like we have over there. So this is like it's up for grabs. Good old IG-88, which is great. So 5 health. Oh, sorry. 5 cost, 5 attack. When IG-88 defeats a target in your Galaxy row, exile 1 card from your hand or discard pile. Now, I didn't know what the exile in cards would do. I think the idea if you exile a card from your hand, lets you exile a card like the previous ones we had here where we got points for exiling. 5 cost, Nebulon B Frigate with 5 health. I love these ships, especially in Armada. I've always enjoyed them from when I was a younger boy. Choose repair 3 damage from your base or gain 3 resources, which is nice. So when we play that, we can choose to do that, which is great. Lando, 6 cost, expensive. 3 attack, 3 resources. Draw 1 card. If the force is with you, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. Oh, Jabba Sail Barge. There's so many cards we haven't seen. That's exciting. 7 cost, 4 attack, 3 resources. Jabba Sail Barge. Add a bounty hunter from your discard pile to your hand. That's pretty cool. If you've lost Dengar, if you've lost one IG-88, you can bring it back to your hand from a discard pile. That's pretty cool. Jabba the Hutt, 8 cost, 2/2/2, and he is a scoundrel. Exile 1 card from your hand to draw 1 card, and draw 2 if the force is with you. Alright, I'm going to start now on the Rebel and Empire cards. Now, we're looking at the anatomy of these cards. You can see here I have a card that looks up to me. So if I'm the Rebel player, it's facing here on my area. It's facing like this. If I have an Empire card, it is facing like this. So what happens is if I'm sitting facing this way as a Rebel player, I can read in the Galaxy row, this card here is 1 cost to buy. I gain its benefits. If you look at the Darth Vader card, if I just do 8 damage to it and attack it for 8, and I gain the reward of 4 resources or 4 force points. Right, that's the required damage you need to do to it. So you can see the upside down part of this card is for the player facing it. Whereas if my opponent was sitting opposite me, they would see the Darth Vader card like so. And if they were to attack the Y-Wing for 1 damage, they would gain that resource, doing a bounty operation, right? A bounty hunting mission. All right, so we spoiled that card at the bottom. We'll go through the Y-Wing. I love a Y-Wing. There's something about him. Y-Wing, 1 cost, 2 attack. Exile this unit to deal 2 damage to your opponent's base or capital ship they have in play. And for attacking it, you get reward, gain 1. Oh, Baze Melbus. So we can confirm some Rogue One content here. 2 cost to attack. Baze Melbus is a trooper and gains 1 attack for each rebel base in your opponent's victory pile. And if you destroy him in the Galaxy Row, you gain 1 force point. Snowspeeder T-47, 2 cost to attack vehicle. Your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, and the reward you get if for doing 2 damage to it in the Galaxy Row is exile 1 from your hand or discard pile. There's a couple of those. Duros Spy, 2 cost, 2 resources, and your opponent must choose either they discard 1 card from their hand or you gain 1 force. It's not bad at all. And then if you exile 1 card from your hand or discard pile when you attack it, sabotage it, operation against it. The G47, love them. No, GR70, sorry, not 47. GR70. 2 cost, repair your base for 2 or gain 1 resource, and it's got 2 health. A couple of those. I'm going to guess they'll have the Gazanti as the pairing. Sure. So the Force is with me, and I'm one with the Force. I'm one with the Force, and the Force with me. Did that backwards there. 3 cost, 2 force points, and when the Force is with you, he gains 2 attack. That's pretty powerful. Your reward for destroying it is gain 2 force points. Rebel Commando, very familiar art if you're a Legion player. You snipers. Rebel Commando is 3 cost, 3 attack, and your opponent discards 1 card from their hand when you play this, which is good. At random, if the Force is with you, and they gain 2 force points as a reward. There we go. There we go, the X-Wing. So we've got a bit of trench run art there, and it's pretty special. I like that a lot. And that art there is pretty special. So 3 cost, 3 attack, and the Force is with you, draw a card, and they gain 3 resources on destroying it. You can see there's a couple there. Young Chewbacca, 4 resources, 5 attack. If you have another unique unit in your play, draw a card. So I'm hoping that pairs up with like a Jyn Erso. There you go. Another unique card is this diamond here. Very common across the games. Beautiful. And you gain 3 force points if you kill Chewie in the Galaxy Row. Jyn Erso, let's have a look here. 4 and 4 with Scoundrel keyword. Look at your opponent's hand. If the Force is with you, place 1 card from their hand on top of your deck. Okay, it's not bad. U-Wing, 4 cost, 3. Sorry. And they gain 3 force, yeah. U-Wing, 4 cost, 3 resources. And if the Force is with you, repair 3 from your base. You can see, I think this is the Jeddah scene being depicted here, which is great art. Gain 4 resources if you destroy it. And I will clarify, I need to clarify if that's Galaxy Row only, or if that's if you destroy it outright. I'm not sure if that's depending on what you do. So, because the anatomy of the card of the upside down piece. Oh no, it's target value. If you defeat this card while it's in Galaxy Row, there you go. So it's purely an operation there. Love it. Hammerhead Corvette, 4 cost, 2 resources, 4 hit points. Exile this capital ship to destroy a capital ship your opponent has in play, or an enemy capital ship in Galaxy Row. This is, you want to have some Rogue One moments? Here we go. Hammerhead Corvette taking out a Star Destroyer, and I'm sure there are Star Destroyers. There's Han Solo, super, 5 cost, 3 attack, 2 resources. Draw 1 card. 2 if the Millennium Falcon's in play. Love it. And the reward, I should do the reward on the previous one. Oh, there is none, so that's okay. Reward for Han killing him in Galaxy Row is 3 resources and 2 force points. Cassian, 5 and 5. 5 cost, 5 attack. When Cassian defeats a target in the row, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. If you destroy Cassian while he's in the row, you gain 3 resources and 2 force points. The beautiful, beautiful B-Wing. Got Lego behind me of this one. 5 attack for 5 resources to pay for it. Your opponent must choose either they discard 1 card from their hand, or this unit gains 2 attack. And destroying it will give you exile 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. Princess Leia, 6 cost, 2, 2 and 2, which is pretty nice stat line considering. Purchase a rebel card from the Galaxy Row for free. If the Force is with you, place it on top of your deck. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I can see here, there's a bit of a synergy here of being able to take a card from the Galaxy Row and put it on top of your deck, as opposed to going through your discard pile. Reward, gain 3 resources and 3 force if you knock her off. There is Home 1 art. There we go there. Mon Calamari Cruiser, 6 cost, 3 attack, 6 health. Again, 2 of them, which is lovely. The Falcon, love it. 7 cost, 5 attack, 2 resources. Millennium Falcon is unique. And add a unique unit from your discard pile to your hand. Great way to draw up Chewie or someone else. Or if they come back. Right, that's really handy. And then there's Luke Skywalker, Jedi, 8 cost, 6 attack. And he has 2 force points. If a force is with you, destroy a capital ship your opponent has in play. And the reward is gain 4 resources and 4 force. The previous reward was purchase a card of your faction for free. You can destroy the Millennium Falcon, which is handy. All right, let's get into some of the Empire cards. Let me just make sure we're all good here. So the unique, your neutrals, your Empire Rebels, now Empire. TIE Fighter. Look at this. 1 cost, 2 attack. If you have a capital ship in play, draw a card. Reward for destroying it is gain 1 resource in the row. And that is a great way of doing card acceleration. I like that synergy with the capital ship because they're not very far range fighters, these TIE fighters. Admiral Piet, love him. Don't mind a bit of Piet for this. So 2 cost, 2 resources. Admiral Piet is in play. Each of your capital ships gains 1. If you destroy him in the row, gain 1 force point. TIE Bomber, 2 cost, 2 attack. Discard 1 card from the row. That's not bad. Common art we've seen here. Exile 1 card from your hand or discard pile. There's a couple of bombers there. Hey, look at this. Speedy Scout Trooper, Z95. I think Z95 is the designation. 2 attack. 2 costs, 2 resources. And you get to reveal the top card of the Galaxy deck. If it's an Empire card, gain 1 force. If it's an enemy card, discard it. It's pretty cool, especially if you're discarding them from the Galaxy row draw deck into its discard pile. And the reward for knocking it off in the row is exile 1 card from your hand and discard pile. Or discard pile, I should say. Some Death Troopers, bit of Krennic's Bodyguard, 3 cost, 3 attack, and while a force is with you, it gains 2. That's 5. That's pretty potent. Reward is to gain 2 force. Your TIE Interceptor, look at this. You got TIE Interceptor 3 and 3, and reveal the top card of the Galaxy deck. If it's an Empire card, draw 1 card. If it's an enemy card, discard it. So you can see a theme between this and the Scout Trooper. It's about controlling the Galaxy row, right? Which makes sense. They want to control the Galaxy row, control the enemies and the rebels, and suppress the rebellion. And if you destroy it, you gain 3 resources. The mirror to the GR70, the Gazanti. Made famous, I think, and for me in the Star Wars Rebels. Very cool little ship, and I adore them in Armada. 3 cost, 2 resources, and discard 1 card from your hand to draw a card. Want to get rid of something? Great. And it's got 3 health as well. 3 of those. Moff Jerjerrod. Now this, we shall redouble our efforts. Hey? 4 cost, 2 attack, 2 resources. Look at the top card of the Galaxy deck. If the force is with you, you may swap that card with a card from the row. So if you want to buy something from the row, and you want to check the top card of the deck, you can swap. So looking at it, it gives you a bit of control. Again, control is a theme here. Reward, gain 3. General Veers, love it. 4 cost, 4 attack, and if you have a trooper or vehicle card in play, draw a card. And if you kill him, you gain 3 force points. Oh, yes! Yes! I didn't expect to see an ATST. Alright, so 4 resources for 4 attack. We discard 1 card from Galaxy Row, and we exile up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile if you destroy it in the row. Excuse me. The Landing Craft, 4 cost. Gain 4 or repair 4 damage from your base. So gaining 4 resources is handy, or repairing 4 straight up. It's not bad. There's a couple of those, which probably, I don't know if it hurts or hinders the Empire. I think Empire has less ways to heal. And then you got Director Krennic. So 5 cost, 3 attack, 2 resources. Draw 1 card, and 2 for your bases at Death Star. So you could say you start weeping. It's beautiful, right? Gain 3 and resources and 2 force points if you knock him off. Hey, there's Boba. I wasn't sure if we're going to see him or not. Boba Fett. Love this. And you've got Boba Fett 5 cost, 5 attack. And when Boba Fett defeats a target in the Galaxy Row, draw a card. reward is gain 3 resources and 2 force points. Oh, we've got some Quasar class shuttles here. Carriers, I should say. 5 cost, 3 resources, while Imperial Carrier is in play. Each of your fighter units gains 1 attack. So great with those 3 TIE fighters we pinged out of earlier. And if you have a capital ship in play, draw a card. There's a bit of a synergy there. Well, it's not bad at all. And there's 2 of those. Love it. Moff Tarkin. I wasn't sure if we're going to see him at all. The Grand Moff Tarkin is 6 cost, 2 attack, 2 resources, 2 force points. Add an Empire card from the Galaxy Road to your hand. You must exile that card at the end of your turn. Bit like a sneak attack in Lord of the Rings for those who play. And reward for destroying him in the row is 3 resources and 3 force. Sick. ATST. Works well with Veers, I reckon. Oh, that's nice. So you got 6 cost, 6 attack. Add a trooper to your from your discard pile to your hand. So let's say you got a stormtrooper in your discard pile. You might have this out. You've got Veers as well. Let's go back here. You have a trooper. If you have a trooper in play, draw a card. If you've got one in the discard pile and you play this, you also get. So you might get the extra card from this, and then you might be able to draw the trooper from the discard pile. That's pretty neat, to be honest. Cool. And then Star Destroyer, 7 points. 4 attack with 7 health. Straight up, just 2 Star Destroyers. Love it. Really strong. And as we discussed before, Darth Vader, there he is. 8 cost, 6 attack, 2 force points. While the force is with you, Darth Vader gets 4 attack, so he can attack for 10. Wowee. And the reward for destroying him in the row, if you do 8 points against him, he's gained 4 damage and 4 force points. You can see here, I've got a big bag of resources. Yellow for one team, pink for another. Friendly colorblind colors, I believe. And white for the force tracker point there. It neatly packed up in a nice little box. You can see here, this is the box. Little set areas for everything. Nice and neat. I can use the row in the game if I need to. If not, I can stack it. This game is designed to be all included. So you can see here, this is what I've got to get started. Start with the same decks every time. Keep playing them through. It's been touted that it hasn't been, this is meant to be a single purchase, maybe an expansion, maybe not. However, we've got a really cool card game to go through. Now, we'll cover this off in a bit more detail. There's a number of rules, a bit of nuances of the game in progress, all of those sort of things, like committing to attack, playing a card. So we'll go through these here and talk about them. When we play a card, we'll talk through what you get. So you can see here what you gain from your resource supply for playing those cards. You spend, you'll gain those resources or gain those attack points when you play the card. If you play something with the force, you can see here this example of Moff Tarkin. They play Moff Tarkin. He comes in, he gets 2 attack, but he also gets 2 resources and also collect the value, the force as well. So you can see after you play a card, immediately collect resources equal to the value of resources on the card. Then move the force tracker. And once it's in play, when we commit the card to an attack, we use the attack value. So the core mechanics are quite simple, easy to pick up, and I expect this game will be easier to learn, trickier to master, which is super. But at any rate, this has been the unboxing. Thank you for looking at this. This has been an exciting thing. You want to see more Star Wars content? You want to see my weekly Lord of the Rings videos? Let me know. There's all sorts of things coming up. For me, this is exciting to share it with you. Lots of great art. And let us know what you think in the comments below. All right, talk soon.